After the first positive weekend, for the first time, it feels like in forever, we are here Wednesday, midday, previewing Hibs versus Rangers. Welcome back to the channel. Currently recording this video out on a walk here at 5 to 5 in the morning. Pretty cold. It's getting cold. But I think things are beginning to heat up, right? Because all we've got to do is win games of football, folks. That is the best and quickest way to recovery. Honestly, the league table's brutal. I wish I could sit here and say the Hibs are not above us, but they are. But for me, there's no point even worrying about a league table. We've simply just got to win games of football. And hopefully at the end of the season that can leave us in a good place. Danny Roll played 2 games so far. Obviously got tanked against Bran. There is no defending it, but we bounced back. I was going to say a comprehensive victory versus Kelly, but for being honest, man, it wasn't the greatest performance, but I don't think many of us cared, alright? Because 3 points is all that matters. And there was some good that came out of it. Strikers getting goals, even Miovski scoring the offside one. It's good to see strikers being a wee bit more dangerous than what we're used to. As for Hibs, they beat Aberdeen. Hibs have had a pretty underwhelming season so far, and I think that's crazy though, because they started so well in Europe, and now we're looking at a situation where we're actually saying, well, Hibs are underwhelming, and they're still above us. I mean, that sums up how bad our start to the season has been. And then, it's crazy. Honestly, this season so far is absolutely mental. And we're only at the end of October. Honestly, I feel like we were saying that after. At the end of July, it was crazy. End of August, it was crazy. End of September, it was crazy. End of October, it was crazy. It's full of crazies, guys. And what are we going to be sitting here saying at the end of November? I mean, hopefully I can sit here and say, well, Danny Roll's done a great job so far. That would be the end game there. But anyway, moving on to the predictions. I did put up a poll the other day, and this is for tonight. So 730 people voted at time of recording. 11% have went with a draw. I mean, I could see it being a draw. 29% have went for Hibs, while the overwhelming majority have went with Rangers, with 60% of the vote. And I mean, I'm not going to come on here and say, oh, the tide's changing, things are great, but if I put this poll up a couple of weeks ago, there's no way we'd be getting 60% of the vote, that's for sure. And yeah, it is just one game against Kelly, but I just hope under Roll that one game is all it takes to get us just looking like a team. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. It's not like we're just losing, and there's like a million things wrong with it. And at least against Kelly, the guy was tweaking things. He was changing things. He was beginning to maybe suss things out on the fly. And it was always going to be tough for Danny Roll. I mean, it's an uphill task, that is for damn sure, coming into us the state that we're in. Hibs is going to be hard. Now, I mean, the saving grace is we literally beat Hibs, I was going to say a couple of weeks ago, it's probably about a month ago into it in the Cup. And I mean, that game, we beat them 2-0. One of Russell Martin's few wins. Lucky, I guess you could say, because we could have been at the Cup. It was rightfully ruled out, but honestly, man, if that Shankland incident didn't happen like the week prior to it, I wonder if it would have got ruled out. The fact of the matter is this: we beat Hibs in the Cup, and that was at a point where you had a lot less confidence than you do right now. Not that we have any form of confidence right now, but at the same time, if Hibs get better since then, I would say so. They've won quite a few games now. They're making their own way up the table. They sit third, and that's even with an underwhelming start, in my personal opinion, that Hibs have had. But all we've got to do, folks, is win the games, and not really be too bothered about what's happening ahead of us. The banter can be had, because by God, we need a few things to laugh at. This season has been diabolical. They put no two ways about it. It's been atrocious. So any respite that can be taken, we need to take it. But are the players going to take their chance here? Who's going to play? Who's going to start? We obviously saw Danilo and Miovski play against Kelly. Miovski didn't really... I mean, honestly, I would still be starting Miovski. I would. I don't care. I'd be starting him and Danilo. I mean, Yusuf Shamiti scoring that goal doesn't change my opinion, and it's not going to change many other people's opinion. The guy is still third choice striker. I don't think anybody can really sit here and dispute that. At the end of the day, like, yes, I'm glad he got his goal, but I mean, come on. Kelly guy played it to him. He hit it as soon as he got it, and then the Kelly goalkeeper practically just let it go into the back of the net. So for me, he can't start. I think a key for us to have a successful season is to have a striker up front who's good and banging in the goals. And if I'm looking at our three options, take away current form, like, who do I think there's more chance of us getting a tune out of? I'm going to put Miovski at the top of the list, then Danilo, then Shamiti. And the sad and crazy thing about that is, folks, that's the complete opposite order you put their transfer value in. But anyway, we'll dive into a few comments here before I give my final prediction ahead of the game, and maybe I'll be able to actually predict us to actually pick up the 3 points, because I can't remember the last time I predicted us. Actually, I say that, I think I predicted us to beat Brand, didn't I? Anyway, domestically, Correa says 2-1 Rangers. Deadly says 2-0 Hibs. Rangers win, Celtic drop points, and we win on Sunday. Old Man Martin and Rent Boy Maloney won't get a response from those players. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks, that's for sure. That is for damn sure. Paddy says Hibs no try again. I don't know why people are going for this narrative that Hibs don't try. I mean, folks, Hibs beat us last season at Ibrox. Countless draws, and Hibs fans hate us and Hibs players hate us. These games have always been highly contested. I don't understand, where is this narrative that Hibs lied into us? I mean, at least you could say there for years, fuck, it looks like Hearts never... I mean, I can't remember, there was a point where you couldn't even remember the last time Hearts beat us. Now, obviously, Hearts never laid into us. Teams don't lie down. I mean, I know this is probably a bit of banter here, but it doesn't actually happen. You know, this is for paranoid people who try and put the blame on someone other than themselves at the end of the day. I mean, sometimes teams give up, but that doesn't mean they lie down. You know? The truck goes past me there at fucking 5 AM. Anyway, I think we've got one more comment there to read, and I'll give my prediction. Hibs will lie down to Sevco as usual. I mean, I read out all the comments, but what the fuck's this narrative, by the way, for Pacific Shelf FC, that Hibs will lie down to us? Like, we beat them 2-0 a couple of weeks ago, right? And I know Martin couldn't buy a win, so maybe any victory, the suspicions were, oh, what's going on there? But the reality is, man, anyone who watched that game, if you watched the first 30 odd minutes, we could have very easily, right, have been losing that game. Boyle had the ball in the back of the net, etc, etc, etc. Shite defending, and then we took advantage of like a 10-minute spell to go 2-0 up, and then the second half was brutal, as many of us know. So yeah, I'm not really buying that narrative, folks. Anyway, that's the end of the comments. What am I going for? Fuck it, I'll go Rangers to win. Going to go Rangers 2-1. We just can't keep a clean sheet. We've literally not kept a clean sheet since December last year. We're now approaching November. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this team goes an entire calendar year without keeping a clean sheet away from home, because they just can't. They're so bad when it comes to set pieces. And the last thing we need, trying to build a bit of form, is Butland returning to last year's Butland, which he kinda did against Kelly. I'll say kinda, no, he fucking flat out did. Anyway, 2-1, goal scorers. I'm going to go with Bojan Miovski. I'm going to go with Nico Raskin. Raskin tends to like a goal against Hibs. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below. I'll be back very soon. And until next time, peace.